Hello everyone and welcome back to Polly's Pretties. I thought I'd come on tonight and do another tag share, but this is not using dies. I'm going to explain to you how I made these, what they took, what kind of things you can use to make them, and I thought we'd just share them. Okay, so these I used making, as you're going to be able to tell, white cardstock. But I think pretty much anyone can make these, and I'm going to tell you why. Let me change the lighting here and see if it helps. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. So the tag base is just white cardstock. It is nothing more than that. Then the line here for the ornament line is just black alcohol marker. The ornament itself, I just took some of my inks and a stencil and went around the stencil. And then I took and put marker over top of it to give it decoration. The background of the tag is actually Crayola marker scribbled onto an acrylic block and then water sprayed on it so that you could paint with it. And then this down here is actually white cardstock again, and I just stenciled the word cheer. And of course, this is just a little cute doggy button that I had in my stash. And some rickrack. But you don't have to use the dog button or the rickrack. You could use whatever you have. So that's how this one was made. He has a brother, and that's this one right here. Just a little different doggy. Okay. And then they have a big brother who, the background of this one I did with water brush markers. The rest of the tag is still the same, and then instead of a dog, I put a snowflake because I ran out of dogs. Okay, the next ones are little trees, little pine trees that are stenciled on. Again, watercolor on the background. This is just a gem button that I had, and then I stenciled the word bright. It has a brother, but it's pink. So then we have two like this. And these, again, were stenciled with the snowflake-looking pieces. Then watercolor the background, and then stencil in the word snowy. And then I added a blue gem and some blue seam binding. And I made two of those as well. Then there is two different poinsettia tags. This one says joy. They both say joy. This one has a Santa wooden button down here. But these are done the same way, stenciled on, and then watercolor the background, and then stencil the word joy. Its big brother looks like this. It's just one big poinsettia. Says joy still and has a tree. And then last but not least, we are up to my, I think, favorite ones outside of the poinsettias. And that's the teddy bear tag. And it just was stenciled on, watercolor background, added the little stocking in his hand, stenciled the word Mary on there, and put some pink and white rickrack trim at the top. It has a brother who's not quite as bright. This is a paler version of that. Same way, stenciled the word Mary. This one's holding Santa, and then the pink and white rickrack trim. And these were not hard to make, but I will tell you, if you do decide to try to do this, they are time consuming. And so you know, I didn't even use foam tape for popping up the words. What I used was cardboard. So these are very much a thrifty type of card or tag card. Wow, listen to me. You could turn them into cards. And all the buttons that I use like this and these little trims were also ones that I had just sitting around from old projects I did that didn't turn out quite so good. And I refurbished them and I put them into something different like this. But yeah, just some white cardstock and stencils, some Crayola markers, and some little things you could probably find around. You don't even have to use these same things. Maybe you have like little buttons. Buttons would work. And that's what I really did. These are just to show you, you don't have to have dies. You don't have to have stamps. You don't have to have any of that. I mean, if you want to make yourself some Christmas tags, you really can make them out of anything. And I think these turned out just as pretty as the ones that I did with the dies. Now, that doesn't mean I'm getting rid of my dies in any time, in any fashion. That just means that I think they turned out just as good. And, of course, yes, I do plan to use those. So, that's just another way to show you can make, tags like that. and that you don't have to have a ton of things to use. I mean, you wouldn't have to put toppers on them if you didn't want to. You wouldn't have to put the hole in them. You wouldn't have to use the buttons on them. You could make a very simple tag. You could just stencil it up and there you go. You know, that might be what way you feel looks best. It really depends on what you like, how much time you have to spend on it, and what you're going to use them for. I mean, are these going to be tags put on presents that are just going to get ripped off and nobody pays attention? Then I wouldn't put that much time into it. Is it going to be a tag that you save, maybe write what you got beside it and scrapbook it? Okay, put some time into it, make it look good. You know, it's really what you choose, like I said. I mean, you could use washi tape, you could use ribbon, you could use dies. Sorry, you could use dies. You could use, when I get this back, you could use paper cut-aparts like I have. You could use stickers. You know, anything you have on hand, really. And just have fun with it. But I hope you all enjoyed this little share. I had a great bit of fun just making these and figuring them out. Like I said, I wasn't trying to use anything particularly crazy. Just stuff that I had on hand. And I hope, like I said, you all enjoyed them. If you did, please leave the thumbs up for me. Like the video, please. And if you would subscribe, we always are welcoming more family here at Polly's Pretties. And if you're into alternative living, I guess we'll call it, I do have a second channel that is also linked to this one called Jade Maple. If you're into more of a witchcrafty type of lifestyle, maybe go check it out. It's new and it's little, so it's still got a long way to go. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It has been cold and wet and rainy and snowy here today, and the temperatures have dropped to really cold. So we're staying in, we're staying bundled, and we're just kind of seeing what the evening brings. But until next time, again, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Till next time, bye-bye.